Oh my goodness, we're back. Hello, Kellers. Happy lunch and learn.
Happy lunch and learn.
Well, it's a little late for lunch and learn, but I was so busy today. I had so many meetings today. Today was crazy. Crazy. Yeah. What have you been up to today?
Just working.
I hear some tapping in the background.
Yes, my dog is trying to be near me, so
tap. It's like it sounds like a whole tap production behind you. All right, so we want to talk about a couple of things that are super important, honestly, because well, one of them came up and said that I was a buyer beware to me. So I want to make sure that everyone understands, and hopefully you all listen to this because it has nothing to do with us. So the first one, we're going to talk about bidding, and everyone should understand this and know this. And when you level up to bid, so we get this question asked all the time. How do I do it? How do I do it? It's an awesome thing that Virgin does. And it's great when there's actual rooms available and you can go from an insider to a sea view for like $100, whatever it is. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but you can go for super cheap, or you can go from a sea terrace to a rock star. Those are a little bit more money, of course. But you can do all of those things, but you'll get an email, or you can do it once you book. You can go do a Google search for level up, bid, upgrade, Virgin Voyages, and it'll pop up. And what you do is you fill this out, you put in your credit card, you place the bid, you put it under your email address, and all of those things. So we as travel agents have no control over that. We have no idea what you've done to it. We don't know. It is completely under you. So about 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks, 7 days, somewhere in that range, 7 to 2 weeks, 7 days to 2 weeks, they'll go through and pick who gets to bid, who gets their upgrade. But what happens is they'll pick that and they charge you immediately. So we have heard multiple stories of people who went, I don't remember bidding. I never bid. And all of a sudden I have this charge from Virgin for X amount of dollars. Well, you did bid. There's nobody else that can do it but you. Not us, not Virgin, nobody else. We can't bid for you. Virgin can't bid for you. So I promise you this, I am telling you 100,000%. And I don't speak in absolutes, but I'm speaking in absolute right here. You did that. So know that if you get a charge on your credit card around those times and you have no idea why, and it's for an X amount, and it could be a large amount, because if you bid for a rock star, you could have bid like $3,000 for a rock star. I mean, Kelly, how much have we paid for Gorgeous Suites before? Like
a lot, yeah.
Yeah. On a week long, I think I paid $5,000. So, I mean, that was what I bid for a week long Gorgeous Suite, and that's a mega rock star. So what I'm trying to say is know that if you did it a year before, 6 months before, you're not going to remember. Chances are you're not going to remember. We heard a story about a really, really cool guy. We were on the train. Do you remember this, Kelly?
I do.
We're like, oh, that's so cool. You're going on Virgin. What room are you staying? He's like, I'm in a mega rock star. And he starts telling us the story. Well, he bid on this thing a long time ago and completely forgot that he did it. And ended up paying whatever he paid for that mega rock star, and thankfully lived the life of a mega rock star, but he won the bid and had no idea. So the key to these things is once you get it through, once it goes through, you're done. That's it. There is no turning back. I mean, those are the terms and conditions that you sign when you say, I want to bid to upgrade. In those little fine print, it says, if Virgin accepts it, you're in it to win it, my friend. So where the buyer beware that came for me last night was the fact that these people that were upset had purchased a cruise through somebody else. So if you sell your cruise, actually, let me stop that for a second. They sold their cruise to somebody else, but forgot that they did a bid. So they thought that I had their credit card and charged their credit card $2,000. Well, come to find out, which I knew immediately, was that they did a bid months ago and completely forgot about it. So when you sell, your cruise to somebody else, this is the key point of this whole story. When you sell your cruise to somebody else, don't forget to cancel your bids, because Virgin don't care whether it's Kelly Roma or Samantha Robichaud on the booking. They care about who did the bid. So if I sold my cruise to Kelly Roma and I bid 6 months ago and I completely forgot about it and Virgin picked my bid, I'm paying for Kelly Roma's bid, or Kelly Roma's rated. You're so excited. You're going to be like a rock. Knowing if Kelly had me bidding for her, she's living the life at this point. Okay, so let's just say that y'all want my room. You want to buy the room from me because you're going to be living the lifestyle. Let's put it that way. So my PSA, I have 2 PSAs for today. My first one is, you sell your cabin, make sure you cancel your bids. And second, we don't have anything to do with them as travel agents. We have nothing to do with that. But thankfully, I will tell you the happy ending to the story that, of course, you know, I helped out immensely on this, is that I know people and they helped me do their thing. They helped me. So they helped me do their thing and helped me out and got the bid reversed because of the fact that I know people. So please make sure that you do that. What am I trying to say? Cancel your bid, and we can't always do that. I'm going to tell you that. That's what it is. It's one and done. That's it. You did it. So we can't always do that for you. And I don't know if I can always do that for you, or Kelly, or anybody for that matter, or yourself. But I can imagine that Virgin would understand, would be my guess, that they would understand that you sold it. But I don't know. That's not the rule. Right, Kellers? I don't know.
Right,
you can chime in.
Right. Well, I'm going to chime in, but not about that, about selling cruises, because this just came up with us yesterday. Be careful about buying and selling cruises, because if somebody paid for their cruise with a future voyage credit, any portion of the cruise, it could be $100. That future voyage credit belongs to the sailor. As soon as you remove the sailor's name, that future voyage credit goes with the sailor. So we had an incident yesterday. We didn't realize something was paid with a future voyage credit. We changed the names and it showed a balance due on the booking. So just be careful, ask questions. I mean, if you're purchasing a large sum of money, or you're paying a large sum of money to somebody to buy their cruise, I would ask those questions. How did you pay for this? Did you pay for it with a future voyage credit? Because if it doesn't belong to our agency, we can't see that. So, and we don't always think to look at it. We just changed the names and then we were like, wait a minute, what happened? So
happened yesterday.
Just be careful buying and selling cruises.
Yeah.
It's
a great tool. Listen, one of the things is it's a great tool when you're in a jam and you're not feeling good, or something comes up, an emergency, and you don't have insurance. If you have insurance, I would say use the insurance and just call it a day. Don't sell your cruise to somebody else. I mean, it's just a hassle. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Kelly and I might be done with brokering cruises.
Yeah, so, we're not brokers at all.
We're not cruise brokers, and this is what it seems to be doing, and that's what seems to be getting us all this hardship right now. So if you're our clients, we apologize. We might be done on the brokering of cruises. So you might be doing that on your own. So if that doesn't make you buy with us or sell with us, I might be okay with that. I'm going to be honest with you, because what happened last night with the whole buyer beware and thinking that I charged their card when it was not me at all is very frustrating. So with that being said, the other thing that is being talked about, and I'm sure it's also being worked on Virgin side, is when you buy an MNVV from somebody, or you have it transferred from somebody, and it wasn't your credit card that was used. So for example, we as Fabulous Adventures Travel have a bunch of MNVVs, and it is most of the time on our credit card, right? If you get a refund, Virgin's way of doing that is it goes back to the original card. So say you buy an MNVV from Joe and because Joe's no longer going to cruise, and you buy this MNVV from Joe and you reprice your cruise and now it's down $150. I don't know, whatever it may be. That $150 goes back on Joe's credit card. Now, fingers crossed, you know Joe. Fingers crossed, you know Joe, or it's the travel agent or somebody. If it is that, hopefully it's the travel agent, because I would assume majority of us are good people and will give you your money back. But if it's not that, and you don't know Joe, and Joe's like, well, shoot, I just made $150 back. Joe's running to the bank with his $150 back, and you're never seeing that again. So Virgin is trying to change that, where it doesn't just automatically go back to the first credit card. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be component, I think, is what they're trying to change it to. But even still, I mean, when you think about that, even if they change it to component, the problem still would be that I would assume that it would go back on the first one, because it's still part of the actual booking. I don't know, Kelly, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I would hope that by the word component, I would think if I bought a shore excursion and then I canceled it, whatever I paid for that shore excursion with should go back to, right?
Right. I get that in the shore excursion, but if we're talking about a reprice, I would assume that it would start to go back on the first credit card again still. So that's my thought with that. So you've got to be very, very careful with that. And I saw a post on our page of someone saying that, and it's not us as travel agents, because I looked at the name, that my travel agent has my money because it went back on her card. Well, it does that. I mean, it does that. It does that to us too. We give our clients back their money when it comes back, but that is a known thing. So it's not something that is not known. It's just, unfortunately, it's also a process. So say it does happen, you're not getting your money back from us until I get it back from Virgin, and I got to go find it on my credit card, and then I got to send it back to you on Venmo. So it's not like an instant Virgin paid you back $199. Now all of a sudden you owe me $199. Well, I'm not paying you $199 until I find out that Virgin gave it back to me first, and then I'm giving you the $199. So, but I will tell you that is a known thing, and know that happens. So my guess is, to this person that posted on the page, that your travel agent is not trying to keep your money, and nor did they try to steal it. My guess is that maybe they just don't even know that happened, because if you're not a TA that works with Virgin often, you do not know these little nuances that we do know. So this is something that we've known for, I don't know how long, but we've never talked about it because it hasn't really been mentioned on our end, because of the fact that we return our money very quickly. So nobody is upset over it, obviously. And now I'm seeing more people post about it. So I want to make that known, so that you know that travel agents aren't holding your money so that we're trying to steal your money. We're also trying to make sure that we're not just, I've actually had an issue where I told the team to give them back money. I was like, I'll just give them back money. Virgin will pay me at some point. And they never did, because that's Virgin. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And so I was like, well, come to find out, they actually did it right this time. And they paid the client, this whole thing was so nuts. They paid the client the money, and then I had to ask the client for the money back, because I already paid her thinking that they were going to give it. So it's an absolute crazy, crazy, crazy system of like, where's the money going and all that stuff. So it's not as easy as, you owe me $199, now pay it back. It's, holy crap, we got to go hunt that $199 down. And sometimes for Kelly and I, we sell a ton of Virgin, the amount of people that are like, oh, especially now with all the repricing that are on there, we're hunting down, what is this 146? What is this 199? What is this 210? Whatever it may be, we're hunting that stuff down. So it's not as easy as it seems. It's not as easy as it looks. So I am sticking up for whoever's travel agent that is. Hopefully that person is good and does what they're supposed to do. But to clarify and let you all know that is exactly what is happening. And unfortunately, it's just the system that Virgin has. I mean, I don't know. Kelly, do you have anything? I'm exhausted over this whole thing. I got to be honest.
No, it's exhausting. I think you covered it.
Okay, good. So, PSAs for the day are: you sell your cruise, go cancel your bids. And if your travel agent is holding your money, they're not stealing it. I don't know. I mean, there are some crazy travel agents out there, but most of us are good. The ones that I know, if they're in the top 10, they're good people. So they're not holding your money. I promise you that. So work with top 10. Whether or not you work with Kelly and we would love it. But fact of the matter is that work with your top 10. Anyone that's in top 10, and you'll be in good hands. I'm pretty sure they're not holding your money. But that is how Virgin works. So I don't want anyone to think that, people are holding money. So let's go to actual bar tab, which is what we were going to talk about, but had to do the segue because buyer beware of Samantha Robichaud is what got posted last night. So anyways, bar tab. Where do we begin? First of all, when bar tab first came on the market, let's talk about this, Kelly. I think it's so funny. People hated it.
They did. Nobody likes change. Everybody's used to, everybody was used to what all the other cruise lines do.
Yeah, so everyone hated it. And I have to be honest. So Virgin told us when we first started this whole thing that they did research on it, and that bar tab, that whoever they researched, this poll research that they did, said that they would rather have a bar tab. The people said they'd rather have a bar tab than a drink package they have to keep up with. And if I remember correctly, what the reasons were. And when we say keep up with, so the difference between a bar tab and a beverage package is you're paying per day with this beverage package, and then you've got to look to see how much the drinks are, and then figure out how many of those drinks per day you have to do to make up for this drink package. Make sure you're getting your money's worth, right? So like what we figured on some of these other cruise lines, you've got to drink like 8 to 10 drinks per day, if not more, to make up or just even break even now how high these bar tabs have gotten, or how high the beverage packages have gotten. So with the bar tab, it's completely different, where you pay for as much as you want, and it's a tab. It just keeps going tick, 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 and it just keeps ticking down until you've used it all. You've bought all the drinks for yourself and whoever else. And the nice part, like I love about it, Kelly, is that I can buy drinks for everybody. I can buy shots if I want to. I love that about the bar tab.
Yeah, you can't do that in a drink package. You're limited to like 2 in like an hour.
And here's the best part. Like now I've noticed the cups have come out like they're like these tiny skinny things. Like they're like, here's your drink. I'm like, what is this, a shot? How many times are I going to come back up here to get another drink? Like, this is crazy. Unless you're ordering something like a martini and you're sitting in a bar. Like, I feel like when you're at the pool and you order one, it's like literally this skinny round thing. It's like this tall. It's like this. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll come back. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, what we're saying is that, if you do make some friends and you're like, yeah, I want to buy some shots for them, which is what I tend to do. The bar tab is amazing. So Kelly, add whatever else, because I know that I've gone off on my bar tab.
So bar tab is use it or lose it. So if you're not getting a free bar tab and you'd like to purchase a bar tab, you can do so starting at $200, and they'll give you a bonus. So the only reason why you would buy a bar tab is to get that bonus. So if you buy $200, you get $25. $300 is $50.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy $500, $750, up to $1,000. If you $250. So if you think you're going to spend $1,250 on drinks, that $1,000 bar tab is worth it, especially if you're going with a group of people and you do want to buy them drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be the only reason to buy a bar tab. Otherwise, you just,
can drink.
Yeah, you just put it on your account.
Well, the other thing too, in terms of the bar tab, people like to be all-inclusive. So that could create an all-inclusive experience for you, as if you're like, all right, if we pay for this ahead of time, this is how much we're going to drink. We put $500 on there or whatever it may be. But like Kelly said, it's use it or lose it. So if you put $500 on there and you find yourself, drinking wine for $6, you better be drinking. You better start drinking.
You better make some friends.
Or make some friends. Or find Kelly and I. We'll help you. We'll do all the shots with you.
I will say also, you can always look in your wallet on the app to see how much you've spent. So it'll show you, say you have a $400 bar tab. Every time you have a drink, it'll tell you, now you have $320, now you have $240, however much it is. And it'll list every single drink in every place you've been to. We've had people come off the ship and say, I was double charged for this, I was double charged for that. Make sure you're looking at it while you're on board, because once you get off the ship, it's harder to dispute things. So always look at that. Like, follow your bar tab. You could download it at any time. You could download your entire portfolio at any time. I would always do it before you leave the ship, just in case there is something that's, amiss.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And like Kelly said, if something ends up on that second sailor, you can move that over, and you don't even have to go in and stand in line. So stop standing in line, everyone. I'll keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. Do not stand in line. Go on your app, as long as it works. We all know it's a little iffy. Go on your app, send in a message and say, hey, can you move these over to Kelly Roma? And I mean, move them over to Kelly Roma anytime we're on the cruise with you too. I mean, they might let you. No, just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. Move them over to your first, the lead sailor, the first sailor, and whoever's holding the bar tab, and they'll do it for you. And you don't even have to stand in line. So stop standing in line. Trust me, you don't want to stand. Don't spend your vacation standing in line. Oh, it's awful. Use the app. Yeah, that's the bar tab. I'm trying to think if we missed anything on that bar tab. What are the questions that people usually ask? I feel like we hit everything. Go ahead.
You can only use bar tab for actual drinks. You can't use it to go play Lotteria or go to Shot for Shot or any experiences. It's only for beverages. It doesn't have to be alcoholic drinks. It could be specialty coffees, smoothies, fresh juices, those kind of things. But you can't use it for the grog walk. You can't use it for bubbles and bites or painting with boozy bevies. Even though those include alcohol.
I know you should. I feel like you should be able to.
Yeah, you can't use those. You can use it for the afternoon tea, because that is, I guess, just about, it's not a box office thing. You don't have to have a ticket, you don't have to reserve it. You could just walk up to it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the key, that if you have to actually reserve something in your app and pay for it, it will come out of Loot, not bar tab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it should be like things that have alcohol. You should be able to use it on bar tab, but I get it. It is what it is. Can't argue over those things. But yeah, so that's bar tab. I think. Did you talk about Ship Eats? Did you mention that? No. Okay. No. So Ship Eats, if you go on Ship Eats, there is a charge for Ship Eats, and Ship Eats is basically food delivery, room service, basically cabin service. And you can use your bar tab to buy a drink. And if you use your bar tab to buy a drink, then Ship Eats is free. So what is the price now? Is it $7?
$10.
Oh, it's $10? Oh, mud on, virgin. What in the fresh hell?
It's 10. I know.
So then you can buy a drink for $6. Like, I don't know, there's canned things on there. I think there's hard seltzers, and I don't even know what else is on there. I think there's
beer. I think there's beer and wine.
Yeah, buy that for $6. Save yourself $4. I don't know. Hand it to the next person walking by if you don't drink beer, and call it a day. But you can pull that out of your bar tab, basically. It gets pulled out of your bar tab. So that's something you can use it for as well. So bar tab itself, people always ask us how much they should buy. 100 isn't going to get you far, even on 4 days, depending on how much you drink. Even if even if you're a moderate drinker, do you think 100 will get you by on 4 days?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not because Virgin's prices are high, but because I just don't think $100 would work for two people. Right?
Yeah, their prices are actually reasonable. I heard people say, "Oh, it went up." I keep hearing it might have went up $1.
Yeah,
$2 since they started, but their prices include tip too. So don't forget that. You're not paying any extra if you want to. If your bartender's fantastic and you want to throw them a couple dollars, you can. There's nothing to sign. There's, you they're not asking for a tip.
No.
So when you get a $5 beer, it's $5. Mm-hmm. So just keep that in mind too. It's not, I don't think the prices are unreasonable.
I don't either, because the other thing too is like, I'll go on that other cruise line that starts with an R and ends with an L, and which I love, and I don't want to sound mean about them, but I do love them. But I'll go and I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. It's $14 for a martini. I don't know. But then by the time I'm done, I've paid tip. I'm at $22, I think, by the time I'm done.
Yeah, because you're paying taxes and service charge and tip and all
like
that.
All kinds of stuff. I paid $22 for a martini. So I will say that is not virgin. So just be careful, like Kelly said, when you buy your bar tab, because it's use it or lose it. So while we don't think $100 isn't good enough for 4 nights, I do think that, like, you know, $200, $250, $300, you're good. And you can always buy a bottle of something. So they have bottles of champs, they have bottles of wine. So you can do all that as well to kind of make up for some of your bar tab. Carry it around with you. You can carry it around with you. Nobody cares. Kelly once wandered around with her bucket O champagne. Do you remember that? I don't see as many people wandering around bucket O champagnes anymore. I don't know why.
I don't either.
Know why that was? That was when they were giving away the free champagne with friends. So I think that's why everyone. So now we don't see it as much. So back in the day, it was like, first they gave you $50 to go with your friend. They gave you a $50 referral fee to go with your friends. And then they switched it to bottle of champagne, which was Moet at the time, and which is more than the $50. And so you would get that bottle of champs, but like the last day people would forget about it, and you'd see everyone carrying around their baby of champagne. Like, here's my champs. I mean, we should have just kept pouring it as we walked down, but you don't see that as much anymore. It's kind of funny. I don't know if people just forget about it. Shake for champagne and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because for Splash, you get it with Splash, but then I think people just forget the shake for champagne. And it's not as cool as it used to be, I have to be honest. Remember how cool it was? They were like, you could totally hide and they'd find you.
Yeah.
I should really try that next sailing next week, December 11th. Kelly and I are trying it.
Okay.
We're going to hide it in I think I know where we're going to hide. We're going to hide near Perch. Near the Perch in that little corridor. They find us in there. There's like a little like it's got like an elevator in there and all. It's like this little corridor that we're gonna go hide in. If they find us, they're like, Kelly, Samantha. Oh my gosh. And honestly, we get back on board in less than a week, and I bought Hey Metas. If anyone knows what a Hey Meta is, I don't really know if that's the actual name. Is it really called Hey Meta, or is that just what we actually call it? Is that our affectionate name of it?
I think that's our affectionate name.
Oh, it is? Okay. So if you don't know what a Hey Meta is, they're actually Ray-Ban sunglasses that they turned into these like futuristic, crazy things that like take pictures and videos and all the things with them on you. Do you have them right there?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought that's what you were reaching for.
No, I was putting my phone over because I saw there were some comments that we're not seeing.
Oh, good. So I ended up ordering these Hey Metas as a Black Friday present to myself. And Kelly's had Hey Metas as a birthday present to herself. And we're going to Hey Meta our way through a scavenger hunt that Ariana created for us that we're going to use as like a podcast. Right, Ariana? She's nodding her head. Yes. So we're going to Hey Meta our way. And it's probably all inside that we're wearing sunglasses. So I'm pretty sure this video is going to be hilarious as we're running through the Valiant lady with sunglasses on filming the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
So again, if you don't know what Hey Metas are, they're sunglasses that will take a picture and take video actually and talk to you. And what else, Kelly? I don't even know. I haven't even opened mine. They're downstairs closed.
I think they're super cool. I mean, I could look at, across from me and go, what am I looking at? And it'll say, oh, you're looking at a brown chair and a dining room table. Like
it'll probably tell you the make of the chair. It'll say Rosita from Friends. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
No, it's cool. I mean, you could look at a plant if you're curious. What kind of plant is this? And it'll tell you what you're looking at. So I think that's super cool.
That is cool. I won't really know what to do with Hey Meta other than Hey Meta, take a picture. The reason why we call it Hey Meta is because it's an affectionate name that a friend of ours started it. A very good friend of ours. She had a pair and she would be like, Hey Meta, take a picture. So we started yelling at Hey Meta as well, which Hey Meta doesn't really listen to anybody else, I don't think, I feel like. And so we'd be like, Hey Meta, take a picture. And Hey Meta would not take a picture for us. So, but it was just an inside joke and super fun that we would have with Hey Meta. So now they're called Hey Metas, and now we have a plethora of them. There's now 3 of us in the group that have Hey Metas. So we're very excited about the cool gang that we've just created with Hey Meta.
Oh my gosh.
No? All right. What are you reading? Are you reading
something? All right, I'm reading. So Kara says Vivi for sure needs to fix that. I think she's talking about the credit card in and out.
Yeah.
She says you can even order specialty coffee. I'm guessing that has to do with ShipBeats.
Yep. She's right. Specialty coffee with the bar tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanya says walking around with buckets of champagne. Okay, this is good to know. I will be doing this on my cruise in February. Thank you, Kelly.
That's funny.
You're welcome. Margot says I did shake for champagne once and learned I don't like Moet. If I got to choose Veuve, I'd totally do it again.
Oh my gosh, we're the same. So Margot, we do not like Moet. So everyone, like, I will tell you, Virgin was they must have a deal with Moet or whatever, because they all have like a deal with a specific alcohol, and I think they made a deal with Moet, right? So back when they were talking about it and they were like hyping us all up over it, and they're like Moet, and Kelly and I was like, I don't know. So anyways, we get on board and we try the Moet. We look at each other like, ugh, what is this stuff? Like, this is terrible. So we're like, and everyone else is like, oh, it's Moet. Oh, like, I mean, it was like this big thing about how great Moet was. And so then we go to the Champagne Bites, Bubbles and Bites, basically. And I think that was the first time we tried Veuve. I'm pretty sure that was it. So we go to the Champagne, or I keep calling it Champagne, Bubbles and Bites, which is a class that you can take on Virgin for champagne, to learn about champagne. And the 3 champs that we could try were Moet, Veuve, and Dom. And so I was so excited about Dom because I do love Dom. So one time I ended up with Dom on Virgin and fell in love with it. So I was kind of like, I don't know what this Veuve is. Anyways, we start to drink it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Veuve better than Dom, and obviously way better than Moet. So I was very happy to have found a love for Veuve, and we both did, which is very nice, as we both know. And now that's all we request. When we're in Mega, we ask for Veuve. We're like, you can keep the Moet. We want the Veuve. Yes. Bring us the Veuve. And they do, which is awesome. So know that if you have a Mega Rockstar, they'll bring you the good stuff if you ask for it. Now, they're not going to keep supplying it for a massive party that you have. But like if it's you and your significant other, or, a couple of friends, they'll supply a Veuve or a Casamigos Reposado, or what are some of the other ones that we've asked for? What's the one your mom likes that we got? The Crown Royal something or other?
Blanton's.
What was it?
Blanton's.
Oh, I have no idea. Also Macallan.
Urban whiskey. I don't know.
No, we're so bad. We don't know that stuff. We drink the clear stuff. So anyways, if you're a Mega Rockstar, definitely ask for that, because they will put it in there. But like I said, you can't have a party with it, but you can definitely ask for some of that. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. Kara said Meta Ray-Bans. We call them Meta Ray-Bans. I guess they do have a name. Meta Ray-Bans.
Meta Ray-Bans. We call them Hey Meta. That's it. That's the name. Doesn't matter. It's Hey Meta.
Danny says, I shook before on the bridge. They canceled my Moet. You tried to get it to deliver them on the bridge.
That's awesome. I love that you tried that. That's fantastic.
Margot says Kelly's Metas took a great photo of Kara and I in the pool. That was on the girls' cruise. Oh, that's
right. I remember that. That was a cool photo.
Yes. Robert says bring them in February. Do you have a pair?
They're coming.
Are we having a Meta off?
Yeah, we're definitely having a Meta off. Hey Meta off.
Hey Meta off. Nicole says, hey Meta, book a Virgin Voyage.
Yes. Speaking of Hey Meta's significant other.
Yes. Margot says, what I recently learned is the same company owns Moet and Veuve now, and Louis Vuitton, and lots of other luxury brands. I appreciate you also like Vogue because you have it when I visit your suite. Haha.
That is very true. We will always have Vogue for you now, Margot.
Danny says, I drink it with different syrups like strawberry, peach, and rosé. Tastes so much better.
Oh, Moet. That must be what he's talking about.
Okay, right? We'll have to try that.
Yeah, we'll have to try it. So we had the rosé Veuve, and I didn't love that. Did you like it?
I didn't love that. No, I didn't love it either.
I'm not a huge rosé fan. Okay, did anyone see the post? I think it was on our group. No, it wasn't on our group. It was a totally different group, so I can talk about it. So there was a woman that was on board, and I want to say that she's a TA, so my apologies, my friend. But she was like, I loved the champagne that they gave out for free. And she goes, my husband wants to buy me some of this. What is it? And I was like, oh, honey, come with me. I'm going to show you some good champagne. But it's funny because I was like, that champagne, I almost wrote on there. Okay, Virgin, forgive me. Don't get mad at me for saying this. But I'm like, it's like $2 chalk. Like, it's like, I mean, I don't know how much they pay for that stuff. Like 50 cents, for God's sakes. I'm like, it's so not good. I feel awful saying that. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that one. Someone's going to yell at me. Namal's going to call me. John's going to call me. Someone's going to call me and yell at me for saying that. But oh my gosh, it's so not good. But people love it. So I shouldn't say anything. But I can tell you that I have drank a few of those glasses because by the time I got up to the sail away party, I was feeling no pain. And any alcohol you handed me would have gone down the hatch. So let's just say you could have handed me bourbon and I probably would have drank it by the time I get up there. And I wouldn't touch that stuff with a 10-foot pole normally. So anyways, that's what I feel about the champagne. But to say something nice about Virgin, there is no other cruise line that hands out free champagne at Sail Away. So I think it's amazing that they do that. I love it. I think it's great. But it used to be, back in the day, it was Moet. So I think that's kind of funny. That is now gone to $2 chalk. But listen, we all got to make money, and I understand. And from the girl that wouldn't drink it normally, will drink it when she finally makes her way up there after a lot of drinks prior to that. So funny that we're talking about all the champs on board. So you do get free champagne. Listen, it's champagne, drink it, but it wouldn't be my first choice, that's for sure. So
it's free.
It's free. And it used to be Moet, which was really kind of cool, but now that's gone. And then you know what's even funnier? Again, Virgin's going to kill me. I'm going to get a letter. I'm going to get a letter in the mail. Like I picture this whole thing like Dear Harry Potter when the letters come in and they're like mad. That's what's going to happen to me. And I don't mean to say like bad things, but I was going to say too at Rockstar. Then once they stopped doing it at Sail Away, do you remember that it went to Rockstar that you got Moet, and then they changed it there? Oh no, it's still there at Rockstar, right?
Yeah, it is.
Well, Rockstar, you still get Moet. That's right. So if you want Moet for free, you got to do Rockstar. But listen, I'm sure that was a heck of expensive to be. I mean, because they hand out champagne like it's going out of style. It doesn't just end. Like they're not like, all right, we handed out 500 glasses. The end. Like they're pouring that stuff to the end of Sail Away. Like, I mean, I feel, and then people are like accosting them. Like they're walking away with like, handfuls of champagne. I don't know who those people are. I've never seen them before in my life. And I've never done that ever. I just want to point that out. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, all right. Do we have anything else? Are we good now that I've like blown up the $2 chuck and like totally given everyone a hard time and talked about how, the credit goes back and all those things? Are we good?
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you all for booking with us. Honestly, I super appreciate it always. But know that I wouldn't still be in business if I was not doing it correctly and doing it unfairly, I guess, is what I want to say. So know that. That would have already been mentioned a long time ago, I'm sure. So with that being said, thank you for listening to us. And seriously, don't forget to cancel your bids when you sell your cruise. The end. All right, everyone, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday for Happy Tuesday Tips. And we'll be on board Hey Meta-ing. If you see us on December 11th, we'll be on board Hey Meta-ing, right?
We will.
We will. You sound so enthused about our hay medding.
I can just picture me walking around with sunglasses. Oh feeling my way around like I'm blind or something. I don't know.
You're going to, because you're not gonna be able to see. It's dark, and then we're inside. It's not gonna go well. Okay, you guys, I took Kelly to this, and this was the best. So let me just tell you something about Kelly. The reason why this is gonna be the funniest video on the planet. First of all, Kelly's directly challenged and has been since I met her. And I absolutely love that about her because thankfully she knows her faults and got with somebody, me, that is like a homing pigeon. Like you tell me where to go and I've never been there, we're getting there. It doesn't matter. I don't even have to look at a map. I'm finding this place. Okay. So anyways, when I come up with this challenge, I say to Kelly, we're going to do this. She's like, what? How's that going to happen? I'm never going to find my way, but she knows the ship now. She'll be just fine with this one. But I take her to this thing. I say, let's go. We're with the kids. We're in Gatlinburg and we're walking by this, I don't know, mirror maze. Is that what it was called? It was a mirror maze. And I was like, I still see the picture in my head. We're walking by this mirror maze and I'm like, come on, everybody, we're going in the mirror maze. The kids are like, what? They're actually annoyed that I want to go in the mirror maze. They're didn't ask us. I want to do. So I get everybody in the mirror maze, and what they do is they put these gloves on you so that when you touch the mirror, you don't, people aren't in there with Windex trying to make it better for the next people walking in. Well, Kelly being directionally challenged, and apparently, did you have your sunglasses on?
I did. I don't know
why. She has her sunglasses on, going through the mirror maze like this. So now, let me tell you that I make it through this mirror maze because it's not big by any means. I make it through in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. I'm done. I'm the first one through. I hit the end. But now nobody's showing up. I've lost everybody in this mirror maze. My husband, my friend Kelly, her husband, our 3 kids, gone. Everyone's in the mirror maze. So I'm like, well, let me backtrack and see who I can find. I run into this one going like this, touching everything.
Bumping the mirrors because I can't figure out how to get out.
She's literally like, I don't know, it's got to be like a thing where she's like, bumper, bumper. She's like, oh, there's the hole. Go through there. Bumper. And I get a picture of her literally going like this with her sunglasses on, and the place is dark. It's not light in there. And she's got the gloves on her hands. Oh my gosh. It was probably one of our funniest memories. I just talked about that trip the other day to Gatlinburg and how much fun we had, but that was, and how I literally told the kids, because I told the kids that anytime we see a mountain coaster, I'm getting off, like we're stopping and we're going, and no joke, we would see a mountain coaster and we literally pull over and we do the mountain coaster and get back in the car and go, because that is how we do things up in this joint. So we went on every mountain coaster, and one of them we went on like 5 times because it was down the street from our house. So we'd go by it, stop, come back, stop, go by it, stop. So we went on this one mountain coaster like 50 times. I think I knew every turn when it was coming. Oh gosh. Anyways, that was a fun trip. If you've never been to Gatlinburg, go. Super fun. Rent a cabin, have a good time. So anyways, all right, I was leaving, I swear. Apparently I'm a chatty Cathy today. All right, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Say hi to us on December 11th and get ready for Hey Meta. All right, we'll leave you with our favorite phrase, which is, you float our boat. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.